By way of an introduction, Councilman Pelaez is actually my councilman where I live and also where we live at UT Health. And you've been the councilman for District 8 since 2017. And such a great supporter, I think, of Dementia Friendly San Antonio. You were there when we received our designation from Dementia Friendly America, and are committed to really supporting families within San Antonio that are impacted by dementia. So thank you for joining us, and I'd like to turn it over to you to just talk to our participants today. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And I appreciate being invited again to talk to y'all about dementia. I think all of you know, but not many outside of this universe of people who I'm talking to today, not many folks really understand what I'm about to say, which is loneliness kills, right? I mean, we know that senior citizens who are lonelier than those senior citizens who are not are more likely to, have terrible health outcomes. And we know that not being stimulated in meaningful ways, contributes to mental health problems, but dementia, right? There is a causal nexus there. I get it. And it's one of the reasons that we work so hard at these senior centers to, touch folks. And, we've spent the last year and a half giving food away, bringing seniors, even in drive-through events. They drive through in their cars, or their kids bring them, or their caretakers bring them. We celebrate Valentine's Day for them. We put, some food care packages in their trunks and all that. And the idea isn't just to give them flowers or give them food. The idea is to, put our hands on them, touch them, and check on them, make sure, are you okay here? Are you okay here? Are you being taken care of? Where are you going next? What's going on in your life? And we have those conversations with them. I think this pandemic has been catastrophic to the efforts that a lot of us are trying to make with this population of very vulnerable San Antonians. I think that it has really paralyzed our efforts to continue making San Antonio a more relevant city that serves caretakers and victims of dementia, right? And we because we've all been on all hands on deck triage mode, right? And by the way, you'll see the same thing happening when we're talking about homelessness or domestic violence or drug addiction or mental health, right? I mean, or other mental health issues. Those have kind of fallen by the wayside to a certain extent because we're trying to make sure that fewer people die from this virus, right? And this is, now that we're rounding the corner on this pandemic, we're seeing more and more attention being paid to issues like the ones that you guys are talking about today, and homelessness and domestic violence and opioids and education and all that. But I think this pandemic has set us back tremendously. I'm very worried about that. To know that there's a group like yours out there and that there's caring, compassionate professionals and subject matter experts in this area gives me hope, though. And I think that we can regain that ground that we may have lost over the last year and a half. But it's just going to take a lot more calories being burnt by y'all, and a lot fewer vacations, I think, right? I think all of us are going to be working late nights to try to make sure that we can catch up. Because at the end of the day, if we don't, who will, right? And if not us, who? And if not now, are we going to continue to postpone what we clearly know needs to be done, which is raise money for research, which is recruit professionals to San Antonio who are, wanting to do those clinical trials here to really investigate, cures and treatments, and educators, right? To make sure that people understand why this is important, why this is a fight that we need to all lean forward into. And so I hope y'all feel like, I'm an ally in this regard. And I'll tell you, it's out of enlightened self-interest. I play with my kids. Sophia is 13 and Max is 14. And I play with them and I tease them every once in a while. And I say, hey guys, if you ever have to put me in a long-term care facility, What I really want is two things at that facility. One is screaming fast Wi-Fi, and two, they have to serve really good wine, right? But the truth is that there's a very high likelihood that I'll be in one of these facilities suffering from dementia because I'm Latino, right? And you know, I have markers, right, that lead me there, and I've had relatives who've, you know, who have had that encoded into their genes for some reason, and so I'm fully aware that I may end up in that boat. So again, I say, out of enlightened self-interest, I'm very happy I'm living in San Antonio, where there's a group like yours who's trying to find solutions and solve for, you know, care of, you know, for patients suffering from dementia. And so that's really all I wanted to tell you guys is thank you in advance. One day I will be a really old man. Thank you in advance for making San Antonio a little bit more ready for when I need this kind of help. And when my kids might need this kind of help, you know, and I wish you guys had been around 30, 40 years ago, but you're here now, and now is better than ever. And I'm enthused with the wind y'all are blowing into the sails, you know, and advancing this conversation. That's it. I'm a lawyer. I charge by the word, and so I can go on more and more and more. But if anything, I just want to let you guys know that City Council's really impressed and really proud of you guys. And we do talk a lot about this topic, and I just feel better going to sleep at night knowing that you guys talk about it and think about it around the clock, while the rest of us are worried about potholes and streets and sidewalks. This is one of many things that we've got to tackle, but that you guys are tackling it around the clock. I feel much better. So thank you from the bottom of my heart, guys. God bless all of you.
Thank you so much, Councilman Pelaez. Really appreciate you coming on. And I think I hear a commitment. And if I don't take my next vacation, I may be on your door to see how we can continue to move forward. I mean, Jason highlighted South Texas and the realities that we're living in. So there's lots of work to do to move forward. So thank you for your commitment to us as well. We're counting on you.
Y'all have a great day. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much.